my channel. My name is Sarah, a midlife yogi who discovered the benefits, both physical and mental, and joy of yoga at midlife. Today we're starting at the very beginning with the foundations of yoga pose, a standing pose called mountain pose, Tadasana in Sanskrit. So let's roll out the mat and give it a go. With mountain pose, there are two ways that we can begin. We can have our feet hip-width distance with the toes pointing forwards, or we could have our big toes touching with our heels slightly apart. So if we begin with our feet parallel, hip-width distance, toes pointing forward, then just like a mountain, we want to think about the foundations of the mountain, strong and rooted and firm at the base. So thinking about our toes, let's lift the toes up and place them down, place them into each tip of the toe, all the way into the balls of the feet, the sides of the feet, and then into the heels, grounded, rooted. Coming up to the bottom of the legs and to the knees. Try not to lock the knees out, just a tiny little bend in the knee. Coming up to the top of the legs, the thighs, engaging the thighs, working up to the middle of the body, the belly, the core of the body. Can we maybe bring that belly button back to the spine a little bit, breathing in here, engaging those abdominal muscles, then raising up through the chest. And we might notice that our shoulders are rounded, and that's perfectly normal. We're human, we're bent over a lot of the time for work, for travel, for doing everyday tasks. So then we want to lift those shoulders just once, up to the ears, then back and down. Notice how your chest and heart opens, and your shoulders straighten, your back straightens slightly. Then we want to take the palms forward. Fingers can be slightly apart or just close together. Palms come forward. We want that chin parallel to the floor. Rooted and strong at the base, coming up to the core, stable all the way up like a mountain pose. Radiating strength through the top of the head. Feet parallel. Lift the toes, ground them down, the first version of mountain pose. Rising up through the lower legs, thinking about those knees, just a tiny little micro bend in those knees, try not to lock them out. Raising up through the thighs, engage those thighs, coming up to the middle of the body, the core of the body, the abdominals. Maybe we can bring the navel back to the spine a little bit, raising up through the chest. Thinking then about opening this chest, taking the shoulders back, lift those shoulders up, back and down. Feel that expansion in the chest, which can help us bring in the breath. Then the palms turn forward, and again we're opening that chest, the shoulders are opening out. Chin parallel to the floor. Grounded and rooted, stable at the base of the mountain, rising up strong. A strong posture, thinking about our body, our posture, natural breath rhythm, in and out through the nose, the energy rising up out of the top of the head, the crown of the head. A strong, stable mountain pose, Tadasana. The second version of mountain pose, Tadasana, is where we bring the big toes to touch, heels are slightly apart. So you do whichever one you prefer. Lifting the toes now to place them down, pushing into tips of the toes, then all the way into the balls of the feet, sides of the feet, heels rooted down at the base of the mountain, really strong. Then we raise up through the legs, think about those knees, a little micro bend in the knees, try not to lock them. Up through the front of the leg, the thighs, then we're coming to the middle of that body, the belly, the core, the abs, just bringing that navel in, engaging the middle of the body, coming up through the chest, noticing if our shoulders are round, they probably are, and then what we can do is lift those shoulders up once, shoulder blades back and down in the upper back, notice how the chest and heart opens, the spine straightens for us. Then the palms come forward, opening the shoulders out, chest expands even more. Chin is parallel to the floor. Feel the energy coming out through the top of the mountain, the crown of the head. Breathing that natural breath rhythm. Arms just a slight way from the body. Fingers can come in or a little bit open, that's up to you. Feeling rooted down and strong. This is an engaged posture. We're not just standing here. This is a yoga pose. You're doing yoga, you're practicing yoga. Breathing freely in and out through the nose, thinking about each breath you're taking. Again, you're practicing yoga, conscious breathing. Enjoying the moment. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Welcome to the world of yoga. If you enjoyed this video and felt you learned something new, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll come back and create more beginner yoga videos for you. And if you're a yogi that's starting at midlife, I congratulate you.